Good morning, everyone. Our group will discuss the challenges faced by Sony in four aspects and give the corresponding recommendations. Firstly, I will introduce the challenge faced by Sony in terms of the stage in the organizational life cycle. Sony Corporation, which established in 1946, is in the elaboration stage. The main characteristic of this stage is that the organization is huge and mature. So the challenge faced by Sony in elaboration stage is that if Sony cannot revitalize and develop in new era, it will be decline in the future years. Within decade, when the social environment changes, the organizations must innovate to cater the trend. There are several recommendations about how Sony can make a periodic innovation to prevent decline in recent years. Sony should focus on changing this strategy. They should transform from the electronic industry to a multi-sector business. With the rapid development of the technology, the single objective to produce high-tech devices is not enough to satisfy the modern consumers. Now people are eager to achieve the spiritual pursuit by basing on technology. To cater the market, Sony should put the priority to develop the game business, making future game experience more sensory immersive. Besides, exploiting the new game IP and promoting the interaction between film IP and game business. These acts will attract more customers to choose Sony. Above all, these devices contribute to Sony to overcome the crisis they will face in the elaboration stage in the future.
And for organizational culture, can also express how satisfied customers and employees are with the company. Sony adhere to the core values of fairness, integrity, honesty, respect, and personality. For Sony, they provide different products and discounts for some target groups to attract more consumers. From this perspective, this company is more like a market culture. However, Sony will also cooperate with production companies of the same type of quality to create commercial value and reduce costs. In addition, the company will also provide employees with some internal benefits to increase their loyalty to the firm. Besides, Sony's good working environment and corporate culture makes them more cohesive and more like a family. Moreover, for Sony, they not only have a financial department but also a social welfare department, which can help the company to achieve commercial interests and social welfare. From this point of view, this is more like a client culture. For client culture, the corporate management of this culture may be easier because employees have too much freedom and autonomy. Some people may handle their own affairs during office hours. In this case, the management can set up a reward and punishment system to motivate employees. In addition, in this culture, employees may lack creativity because of the habitual thinking. Thus, Sony can also provide employees with appropriate training or communication platforms to allow them to accept new ideas to improve this situation.
Sony's organization structure is balanced matrix organizational structure, and it's determined by two forces area, which is product and function mainly. So there are three advantages. The first one is responding to market demand. So Sony can decide to innovation and production of its products according to the needs of the market. And the second one is focus on the specific area and product. Uh, if the customer's demand for the certain item is particularly large, then Sony can create greater or departments and invest more productivities to study the products of these pieces in order to earn more benefits. The last advantage is an important condition for competition. So if this organizational structure is well implemented, it can greatly improve the efficiency of the company's handling of things. Because employees can work across departments, all problems can be solved as soon as possible. So for challengers, the first challenger is the organizational structure is too fragmented. So this requires employees to have a good multitask ability when the task of multiple departments need to be completed by the same employee. The lack of employees' ability will lead to the confusion of priorities and the efficiency of dealing with problems. So the second challenge is the demand for management is too great. Each department need a separate leader and need a lot of training for them, which is likely to cause a lot of loss of manpower and the material resources. So recommendation, first, combination of similar departments is easy to management. Also, employees have more clear ideas about who is his leader, and it will reduce the time for across different departments for the same question. Second, consolidating basic business and improve the professional knowledge for the basic employees, not just leaders, which is easy for them to provide more ideas for innovation. Innovation is more important than maintaining the status quo.
All right, I will first introduce the background information of Sony global strategy and posture. Sony Computer Entertainment Europe has pursued global localization strategy. It has designed local operation to meet local call, which introduce common global concept and technology across organization. SCE developed a network-based structure where each of the regional headquarters in Japan, United States, Europe, and Asia were given high level of operation autonomy. Sony also utilized transitional strategy to globally expand their computer entertainment division. The aim for transitional strategy is to reduce cost and achieve local responsiveness. There are also three possible challenges that they will meet in the real-life operation. The first is difference in currency. Another one is it may share different levels of differentiation and integration. The last one is Sony may have different ways to balance the centralization and decentralization within the organization around the global. So in the next page, I will show some recommendations to overcome those challenges. The first is to build a core for the company to strengthen their competitive advantages. For example, like they can adapt for product lines and promotion strategy in the local company. The second one is that idealistic strategy will imply a balance between centralization and decentralization to divide short-term responsibility and long-term responsibility. The last one is standardization, which is ideal to develop particular core competence, while mutual adjustment is ideal to develop others. For example, global localization mentioned above is a good way to solve such problem. So that's all for today's video. Thank you and have a nice day.